At this time, Mr. Boyd, would you like to present the information? Ms. Gonzalez, would you please stand? You may proceed.
In the name and by the authority of the state of Texas, comes now the undersigned Assistant Criminal District Attorney of Jefferson County, Texas, on behalf of the state of Texas, and presents in and to the County Court at Law of Jefferson County, Texas, that in Jefferson County, Texas, Tanya Drusilla Gonzalez, hereafter styled the defendant, heretofore on or about May 24th, 2019, did then and there intentionally, knowingly, and recklessly cause bodily injury to Thistle Wagner, hereafter styled the complainant, by striking complainant about the head and face with her hands, against the peace and dignity of the state.
Ms. Gonzalez, how do you plead? Okay, you may be seated. Mr. Boyd, would you like to make an opening statement?
Yes, Your Honor. Y'all made the cut. See the excitement on your face. This is the opening statement. I kind of like to think of it as, giving you a roadmap as to the evidence that we anticipate will be presented in this trial. You have an idea what will be presented. State anticipates, I believe the evidence is going to show that on Friday, May 24th, 2019, Officer Jacob Froman with the Beaumont Police Department was dispatched to a 6745 Highway 105 located in Beaumont. That's I don't know if anyone know where it's at, but it's next to the Anchor Church there in Jefferson County. This was in reference to an assault that had taken place. That Officer Froman arrived on scene and found a Thistle Wagner, the complainant in this case. Upon arrival, the evidence is going to show that Ms. Wagner had blood coming from her forehead, that it was on her shirt. There was a laceration in the middle of her forehead. I believe the evidence is going to show that Officer Froman then spoke with Ms. Wagner and that she advised him that she had went to a residence at that address, 6745, to pick up a friend to go to the beach, and that while there, she saw Ms. Gonzalez, and the evidence showed that she had a familiarity with, and she'll believe the evidence is going to show that she's going to testify that she didn't want to be around, saw Ms. Gonzalez, wanted to avoid her, and testify that Ms. Gonzalez basically, they got into a verbal altercation with regard to a Facebook post. There can be testimony to anticipate that Ms. Wagner said that she went to walk away, go to get in her vehicle, and that the defendant came up and struck her with her left hand, which also had a cup in it, and caused her to have a laceration in her forehead. There'll be testimony that Ms. Wagner then called went and said she's going to call the Beaumont PD, calls the Beaumont PD and meets with Officer Froman there in the Anchor Church parking lot right across the street from the residence. And that's show that it's an assault based on the statute. I believe that's what the evidence is show beyond a reasonable doubt. There's not a whole lot else to it. That's what we're here for, and that's the evidence we believe it's going to show. Thank you.
Mr. Kilmer, you'd like to make an opening statement?
I will reserve her.
You reserve your opening? Okay. Okay, at this time, Mr. Boyd, call your first witness.
The state would call Officer Jacob Froman with the Beaumont Police Department.
Your Honor, we're gonna go ahead and note the rule. I don't know if the other witnesses are here, but
Okay.
Maybe we may have to wait till tomorrow to
Okay. Ms. Officer Froman, would you please come forward? Would you please raise your right hand? Officer Froman, do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
You may put your hand down, and Officer Froman, before you take the witness stand, the court will instruct you that you are under the rule and you are not to discuss this case or any testimony with other witnesses and no one else except attorneys. You are not to read any reports other than obviously your report that you have and the testimony of evidence in this case. Any witness violating the instruction is subject to being held in contempt of court. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Officer Froman, you can take the witness stand. You can adjust the chair and the mic. Yes. Attorney Boyd, you can go forward.
Please state your name for the record.
Officer Jacob Brown, I'm off this part.
And Officer Froman, are you a certified peace officer in the state?
Yes, sir.
And what's your current title with the Beaumont?
I'm just a basic patrol officer from my police department.
And what are your duties in your present position?
Besides patrol, I'm also a mental health officer with the city. All that entails is we're partnered with the Spindletop MHMR over on South 8th Street. It's basically pairing up peace officers with social workers. And we go and do in-depth case follow-ups with maybe someone that's experiencing a mental health crisis. And hopefully we're able to give them some more assistance than normally they would otherwise get.
Now, were you employed as an officer with the Beaumont PD on night of May 24th, 2019?
Yes, sir.
And what hours were you working on that day?
That's the midnight shift, so 9 p.m. to 7 o'clock in the morning.
And were you in uniform
Yes, sir.
and in a marked patrol unit?
Yes, sir.
Now, were you alone or did you have a partner with you on that day?
I was alone.
Now, at approximately 9:47 p.m., did you receive a call from dispatch asking you to respond to a 6745 Highway 105 in Beaumont?
Yes, sir.
And is that located in Jefferson County, Texas?
Yes, sir.
And what was that call from dispatch? What was that in reference to?
I believe it was in reference to an assault.
Now, when you arrived at that location, did you observe anyone to be there?
Not actually at the call location that we got, but I did locate the complainant nearby.
And was that across the street? That the Anchor Church there, just to be
Yes, sir.
clear?
Yeah.
Okay. Were you able to, and did you identify the person that you saw in that parking lot?
Yes, sir.
And who was that?
Miss Thistle, I believe Wagner.
Okay. And did you observe anything about her when you pulled up and saw her?
Yes, sir. I observed that she did have some injuries to her face. She was bleeding near her forehead, and also she was bleeding from her nose, it looked like. And she also had this blood spatter on her shirt.
Okay. Was she able to tell you how she got those injuries?
Objection, hearsay.
Objection sustained.
Now, you saw those injuries on her, correct? And did you call EMS or anything like that?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And were you able to get a written statement from Ms. Wagner with regard to the events that happened?
Not on scene. She didn't complete a witness statement on scene. However, I did complete a report, the document that she told me.
Now, that person witness room,
Yes, you may.
I'm showing you what's marked as State's Exhibit number 1. Do you recognize this?
Yes, sir.
And what is this?
It's a CD copy of my watch guard body camera video.
Okay. And have you listened to this and watched the recording for today? Okay. And was this prepared on a device capable of making an accurate recording of the audio and visual information?
Yes, sir, I believe so.
Okay. And this recording an accurate copy of the conversation that took place that night?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And do the images on the event contained in the recording fairly and accurately reflect the event shown in the recording?
Yes, sir.
And when was that recording made? On that night?
Yes, sir.
Your Honor, I would ask that State's Exhibit 1 be admitted.
Could I have no board for briefly, Your Honor?
Yes,
Does this contain statements of the alleged victims? This will like statements of one.
Yes, sir.
All right, this time I've objected. It contains hearsay and violates right to confront and cross-examine. However, I think that will be cured once the declarant is available for cross-examination. So I would just, at this stage, object to the audio portion
Well,
of her statements.
if there are any res gestae statements there, or if there are any,
Well, this is from the alleged victim, Your Honor. So and again, not just
you say
hearsay,
it's from the victim.
the alleged victim, but again, it's not
Okay.
just, not just hearsay, but I'm objecting under Crawford.
Okay,
Under it's right to confront and cross-examine.
okay.
So,
Your objection sustained.
but again, I think that would be cured once she's available for cross-examination.
Approach the witness again, Your Honor.
Yes, you may.
Now, Officer Froman, I'm showing you what's marked as State's Exhibit 1 and 2. Do you recognize these?
Yes, sir.
And what are these?
They're just pictures of the complaint that I spoke with.
And you recognize, and that's the complaint in those photos you said?
Yes, sir.
And is that a true and accurate depiction of the injuries that occurred to her on that night?
Yes, sir.
Your
You
Honor.
already had one.
One and two.
What was the?
You say exhibits 1 and
Well, I
2,
went ahead and we're gonna offer that after the victim's
but it's
testimony.
still exhibit 1.
You still keep it as one? So it's two.
What did he say that's for?
It can't be, you can't have
Okay,
2
well,
on
only
it.
2 and 3.
I've referred to the DVD and the record as states 1, though, Your Honor. So,
Yes.
So these would be 2.
Yeah.
Okay.
Your Honor, they would offer the State's Exhibits 2 and 3.
No objection.
Okay, no objections, exhibits, State's Exhibit 2 and 3 are admitted. You may
Your
proceed.
Honor, the state would request to publish these to the jury at this time.
You may publish them.
No further questions.
Mr. Kimball?
Just briefly, the 2 photographs that you testified to, that just depicts the person you talked to, the appearance that they had when you talked to them.
No, sir. When I actually spoke with the complaint that night,
But let me back up. That's fine. Where were those photographs taken?
that I don't know.
Do those photographs fairly and accurately depict the way the Ms. Dissel Wagner looked when you talked to her?
No, when I talked to her.
They don't fairly and accurately depict.
Well, they do. It shows her injuries. However, she was a little bit more bloody when I spoke with her, but they do show the actual injuries that she has. Yes.
Well, we don't know that they're injured. You don't know what they are, right? Wounds, lacerations, injuries, I suppose, but maybe. In other words, they are close to the way that she looked when you talked to her, but not exactly. These photographs.
The third side.
Okay. That's what.
Mr. Boyd?
No further questions, Your Honor.
Okay. Mr. Kimball, may this witness
Yes.
be excused? And Mr. Boyd, may this witness be excused?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Officer Fromer, you may be excused, and just remember the instructions that you were given. Okay, you may be excused, and you have a blessed day. Mr. Boyd? Okay, yeah, hold on. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, that will complete the testimony for this afternoon. And we will ask that you be back tomorrow at 1 o'clock. And when you come back, stand outside the courtroom and the bailiff will meet you. And then once we're ready to start, or once we're ready to resume with the trial, then the bailiff will come and get you. So at this time, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, you are excused. I think the bailiff have some badges for you. So you're excused, and everyone have a blessed day.